Hello, this is Lucy Kovalova, and you are watching This Week in Pickleball.
Are you ready for this? You ready for this? You ready for this?
In case you missed it, welcome back to thisweekinpickleball.com. This is Randall, the producer, bringing you all the action from the world of pickleball, and we are coming to you live from our desktop. And in case you missed it, the biggest stories from this week are on our Instagram page, This Week in Pickleball. Let's take you over there right now. The two biggest stories in pickleball this week, there's two big ones. There are, of course, two professional pickleball tours, and one, the PPA or Pro Pickleball Association, had an event at the Newport Beach Country Club, and it was streamed sort of, on ESPN 3. Now, kudos to them. It was a big get for the world of pickleball to have something on the brand, the size, and value and quality of ESPN. Even if it was on ESPN 3, you got to get in where you fit in, especially at this stage of the game. So big kudos to the PPA. Now, of course, there was some technical difficulties throughout, and there's a big torrent of comments and discussion on the socials as to if this was a good or a bad look for pickleball. We're not going to get into this. It was just a major accomplishment to have the PPA hold their event. The bigger story, however, in our humble opinion, was right here with one Miss Lucy Kovalova.
Okay, go ahead.
Kiss it?
Kiss the trophy, yeah. All right, that's good.
If you're not familiar with her, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Very good.
She's one of the top players in the world of pickleball.
Let's prepare. Do we have a game plan?
Yeah?
Oh, here, share with us This Week in Pickleball, the game plan.
Aftermatch.
Oh, boy.
And the FILA brand is why we are selecting her as the top story this week. And there's a theory out there, especially in the pickleball echo chambers that exist, that tennis is crumbling, and this is yet another signal that pickleball is gaining on tennis in a major way. Lucy joins the other big names in pickleball to get deals with major players in the business of sports. Now let's take you right here to her press release where FILA announced that it has signed a sponsorship agreement with Lucy, and she will be the first professional pickleball player to join the company's roster of endorsed athletes who wear the FILA brand on court.
Players ready. Game 3, we will switch at 6. 0-0.
And of course, if you've ever seen Lucy on court, there's no one who deserves this sort of a deal more than her. She's always fashionably conscious, and of course, her powerful game leads her to this deal. Lucy captured the women's triple crown at the Pickleball USA National Championships.
And now it comes down to this. Gold to Lucy Kovalova.
That means she got the top spot in 3 different events. Singles.
Oh, and $2,250.
8, 10.
Women's doubles. And of course, the mixed doubles.
10, 4, 1.
Now in pickleball, all 3 of those events are very important, whereas in tennis, you're just looking at the singles in any sort of Grand Slam or weekend. This deal puts her up there. Lucy joins the other big names in pickleball to get deals with major players in the business of sports. Now, we're not going to get into the numbers of these deals, but first and foremost, you've got Simone, the Queen, Jargine who is with the Prince brand. And if you're not familiar, Prince is a significant brand in the world of tennis. Now, Prince, as of August 5th, 2020, has been around for 50 years. It started from humble beginnings when an inventor reversed the motor on a household vacuum cleaner to produce the first commercially viable tennis ball machine. He called that machine the Little Prince, and that's when you can see the ball machine right here. Let's go to a picture for you. This is one of the first ones here. You can see the little ball machine there. Let's go to a little bit better one. You can get these on eBay still as well. Pretty decent little price. I wonder if they'll work for pickleballs. Probably not. But you can see how this tennis machine got its beginnings from reversing the suction of a vacuum cleaner to create the power needed for the tennis ball machine. Now, the next player with a major deal in the world of pickleball is, of course,
on the show, Ben Johns, and you made it through the winner's bracket final.
one Mr. Ben Johns, who's at the top of the sport, and he's going to show us why. Because he goes around the post. That's right, he went around the post effortlessly. He is with Franklin Sports. Now, you may know Franklin from the batting glove, and it is the preferred batting glove of most hitters in Major League Baseball. And it was actually the breakthrough for Franklin because their owner, Irving Franklin, teamed up with Hall of Fame third baseman from the Philadelphia Phillies, one Mr. Mike Schmidt. According to Franklin Sports webpage, they brought forth the innovation of the idea of centering a complete line of products around a single athlete, starting with one Joe Namath right here. And over the years, they've affiliated themselves with David Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Dan Marino, and others. Now, let's wrap up our business section here with pickleball. We go over to the CNBC site, and we look here. Nike is using Andre Agassi as an inspiration for their upcoming line in the US Open. Now, the big news here is, one, they're not using a current player for the inspiration for this year's line in the US Open, but the bigger story here maybe is that Nike's 26% share of the tennis footwear category is shrinking and sales of tennis shoes are dropping. Now, if you read in this CNBC article, US sales of tennis shoes are down in the single digits and plummeting. So you can go read more about the Andre Agassi inspired line as well as some of the business numbers behind that. All right, let's finish up here. The rest of the stories are available here on thisweekinpickleball.com and our Instagram page. Of course, you can see any of the match details from some of the bigger matches from the PPA event. If you go to the Twitter machine, you'll see Selkirk is pretty happy with Tyson McGuffin and Riley Newman as they came in first place at the PPA showcase event. Oh, we want to make one note here, not to forget Mr. Riley Newman. We believe he has a shoe deal, some sort of a shoe deal with Babolat. We don't know the extent of that. Now, Babolat, for those who aren't aware, is big in the tennis community. Rafa Nadal is famously played with a Babolat tennis racket, and Babolat is a French company. They have a line of shoes that are really, really good. They hold up very well on the hard courts, but we wanted to mention, put that in there, that Riley, the Newman Nation, Riley and his sister Lindsay, they'll probably be getting some big, significant deals pretty soon. Anyways, you can find all of this at TWIP Ball, This Week in Pickleball, Twitball, on our Twitter handle as well. And of course, if you want to just go to the regular old website, thisweekinpickleball.com, you'll find all of our social channels up here. Check out our YouTube page as well for just fascinating, highly produced videos. And if you come here to our webpage, of course, we've got you covered there. You can contact us through any of our social channels. We've got breaking news coming up shortly. This is a little peek behind the curtain. We have an academy that will have clinics, leagues, and tournaments coming up. And if you want to document any of your pickleball journey, we can do that as well with our high quality video productions and publicity. We can get you in front of the traditional news organizations, TV, radio, print. We can do documentary style or highlight style or instructional for you as well. We're the only people in town with this special pickleball project. We have upcoming tournaments, news on athletes. Our blog is absolutely wonderful as well. Just ask us, we'll tell you all about it. We have a former tennis pro who's 79 years old, still playing singles pickleball. Kids Corner, where we've got coloring sheets, and then of course stickers. You can print those all out there. And finally, pickleball en español. Where's Oprah? Where's Oprah when you need her? Oprah. That's our best Oprah impression right there. Anyways, coming soon to a blog near you, blog en español about pickleball. Like, subscribe, share, do whatever else is out there these days. How are you getting your pickleball content? Let us know.
Ready for this? Oh, what's up? Get your hands up, get your hands up.